Now, just interacting from where we left, I can simply say that my IC, which is representing an AC component, so I need to consider only the AC component now. So this IC is representing a combination of a DC component plus the AC component. Understanding? This is a DC component, okay, and this is an AC component. So it's indicating a combination of both DC as well as an AC. But if at all, if I want to have an equation for a pure AC component, then I can write this as IC is equals to this term VBE divided by VT into IC into IC. Understanding? Now I'll write this expression. I'll write this expression as my small IC is equals to I just rearrange the term IC by VT, IC by VT. Same thing. I'm taking this IC on this side. IC by VT into VBE into VBE into VBE. So now this term can be written as, this can be expressed as IC is equals to GM into VBE. What is this GM? GM is called as a transconductance. GM is called as a transconductance. So I can just define this GM is equals to IC divided by VT. I can just define this GM as IC divided by VT. Okay, so this GM has been defined as a ratio of IC divided by VT, where this GM is called as a transconductance. GM is called as a transconductance. So what does this term GM wants to express you? This term wants to express you that the transconductance of a transistor, of a BJT transistor, is directly proportional to the biasing current, a collector current IC, and it is inversely proportional to the thermal voltage, which is a constant parameter. So it means this will not play much role if maintained constant, which will be. Then it means my GM is directly proportional to a DC biasing collector current. DC biasing collector current. Understanding? Is it clear to you? So it means if I'm able to maintain this IC as a constant, if I'm able to maintain this IC, so if I'm defining this expression at as my small IC becoming a constant value, capital IC, my small IC becoming equal to a constant DC value IC, then I want to see how is my circuit going to respond. I just want to see how is my circuit going to respond. In other words, what is that you people need to understand over here is, in a simplest of simplest meaning, if I want to express it in terms of a graphical nature and make things very simple for you, then I can just say you that if I just plot a graph of your term VBE versus and collector current IC, a collector current IC. Now this I should not represent actually as a capital IC because it's not DC current, it's an AC current. So I should show it as IC. And this I should represent, V has to be small and this has to be capital VE. It means it's having both the AC component as well as a DC component. Okay. So now if I take the response of this particular parameters, I know that my response will look somewhat like this. My response will look somewhat like this. Now let me say here, this is the value of my VBE. Let me say here, this is the value of my VBE. So this is a constant DC value. So this is representing a DC voltage, which is a constant. So I write this as VBE. So just concentrate on the notations. capital B. And also you know that, in terms of my circuit diagram, now this VBE, what I've written here, this VBE is representing this DC source, a biasing voltage. And this source, AC signal, which is being applied between the base and the emitter, which is an AC signal, that I'm going to respond it somewhat like this. A small signal. Small signal. Let me say that my signal, okay, my signal is somewhat like this. My signal is somewhat like this. Okay. Now, if I just project it, so this is my input signal, VB, as I said you. So this signal, AC signal, is representing small v, small e. So this combiningly is your VBE, the equation that you're able to write it there. So the same thing I'm defining it in terms of your graphical view. Now when I project it onto my output, I know that this will be its response. This will be its response. Wherein applied this input signal, my output will be an amplified version. My output is amplified version. Now, what is that you people need to understand is, what is this? This is nothing but your collector current. This is nothing but a collector current. Understanding? And this is your DC current. This is your DC current, IC. And this is indicating an AC component, small I, small c. If I write if I write I small and C capital, it indicates it's a combination of AC component and a DC component. It's a combination of AC component and a DC component. I hope you're able to understand this. This is indicating a DC component IC, and this is indicating your AC component. And this is talking about a combination of both AC-DC. Combination of both AC-DC. Understanding? Now, what is that you people need to understand over here is, now if I take a slope of this, how do you define the slope? Slope is been defined as y by x. Y by x. General term. What is your y? Y is nothing but IC. What is your x? Is nothing but VBE. This is what we are saying it as GM. This is what we are saying it as a GM, a transconductance, inverse of your resistance, which is seen to be infinite ideally, and has a value or very large value in practical case. It has a very large value in case of a practical case. I hope you're able to understand this. So it means that when I want to say that I want to get the small signal approximation, so this is my small signal. You know what is your VBE. So for a transistor, you know that this is nothing but a 0.7, and your voltage will be maximum of some millivolts. The signal, taking this as reference on VBE axis. On your VBE axis, this is a millivolt signal, which is being amplified over here. In order to see this voltage signal, I am adding this resistance into my circuit, because to convert this IC in terms of VCE, that has to be dropped across this resistance. So that if I see what's the voltage here, I'll be getting this as VCC minus ICRC. That gives me what is my VC. Understanding? Is it clear to you? Any doubts about this topic? Any doubts in this topic? Yes, the collector current and the transconductance. So you people should remember that. the collector current is being given by the equation IC is equals to a saturation current IS into e raised to VBE divided by VT. So this is talking about the DC collector current. So if we want to talk about the AC collector current, then we are able to say that my IC is equals to IC e raised to VBE divided by VT. Understanding? My IC is equals to IC e raised to VB by VT. And the equation for a transconductance, which we have already made available in our interaction. So the equation for our GM, a transconductance, is been given by a ratio of IC by VT. Is given by a ratio of IC by VT. Understanding? So what plot we were able to get it? If I just write the equation here, saying that GM is equals to IC by VBE. This is the plot what we were getting, a slope of the graph IC divided by VBE, y by x. Understanding? Is it clear to you? Yes, is the topic clear to you? Any doubts about this topic? Yes, students, please answer it in the group chat. Is the topic clear? Any doubts in this topic? Okay, fine. Now, what we'll do over here is we'll go for the next topic, that is nothing but the base current and the input resistance seen at the base. The base current and the input resistance seen at the base. So my second topic is the base current, and the input resistance at base, and input resistance at the base. Okay, so now, so whatever equation we have derived till date, the same equation I'll be using it for the next two expressions. Okay? The further expressions are not that complex, they are very simple enough. Yeah, just going to use the value of IC into this derivation, it is just going to take it ahead from there on. Okay, so now I can write the equation for the base current, saying that my base current IB, the base current IB can be defined as the collector current IC divided by beta. IC divided by beta. So I'm just using it from the fundamental term, because I know that my collector current IC is beta times that of IB. So the same equation I'm using it for IB. So what's my IB? IB is IC by beta. IB is IC by beta. Okay. So now, once if I'm able to understand this, let me call this as equation number 1. Okay. Now, what is that I need to understand over here is, what is my equation for IC? I'm going to just inherit it from my previous expression. The expression for IB is being defined as IB is equals to, what is this IC? This IC can be written as IC, a DC component, plus okay, your VBE IC divided by VT into VBE. So this whole term I'm going to divide it by beta, this term as it is 1 by beta. So I'm just expanding this term. So from my previous expression I know that what is this IC? My IC is being given over here. If you want, I can write it over here, because I know that my IC is equals to a DC component IC plus IC divided by VT into VBE. So this expression I'm just using it in this term. Now if I take this beta separately to both the terms, what is that I will be getting? I will be getting IB is equals to, so if I take beta to both the term, IC by beta plus, so if I take beta here, so this is IC divided by beta into VB multiplied by VBE multiplied by VBE. Now, what is this IC by beta? I want answer from your side. What is this IC by beta? How do you represent it? Please answer me in the group chat. How can I write the next step? My IB is equals to, I need to write this as capital I and capital B. Even if you write now here IB, this is wrong. If you write IB, this is also wrong. It has to be compulsory written capital I and capital B, because this is talking about a DC biasing base current. Remember it. This AB is talking about a DC biasing base current. So when I say DC biasing, it means this is a DC component, of my base current. So it is capital IB plus, this is talking about the AC component. Since it is talking about the AC component, I have to write this as I times that of B. There is a large, I can say that all the terms are having IB only, but this IB saying that it's an AC component involving DC component. It's a superposition of both AC and DC. This is a pure DC. This is a pure AC. Understanding? So now, once if I'm able to get this expression, so I'm only interested about the AC component. So it means I'll just consider this term. So it means I can write my IB from this term as my IB is equals to, a small I, small b. My IB is equals to, I can write this as IC divided by VD. Okay, IC divided by VD into VBE. Okay, so this 1 by beta, I'll keep it separate. Everything is one and the same only. IC divided by beta into VT into VBE. This can be written as 1 by beta separate IC by VT into VBE. I hope if you are involved into my interaction, you'll be knowing it. Why I'm writing in this particular format? Because intentionally I know that. What is my IC by VT? What is my IC by VT? Answer me group chat. What is this IC by VT? How I can write that? Yes, a transconductance. Good, very good. So I can write this IB as 1 by beta into IC by VT, nothing but GM, a transconductance, into VBE. So it simply means, this implies I can write my IB as GM divided by beta into VBE. GM divided by beta into VBE. Okay, now over here we will be talking about the small signal input resistance between the base and emitter. A small signal input resistance between the base and emitter. So how to define this? So to define this term, I will use a notation, something called as R phi. So R phi is indicating what? It is indicating the resistance seen between your base and emitter. It's the resistance between the base and emitter. The resistance between the base and emitter. And how I can define this R pi? How I can define this R pi? I can define this R pi as VBE by IB. I can define this R pi from this equation as VBE divided by IB. Remember, this is a resistance. Forget whatever it is, a resistance between base and emitter. So whatever the of it is easy, forget it. Concentrate on your Ohm's law. You are writing an equation for resistance, then it has to be a ratio of voltage by current. It has to be a ratio of voltage by current. So resistance, what kind of resistance it is? It's a resistance which is seen between the base and emitter. Then it means the potential, what I'm going to consider, that potential also has to be between the base and the emitter. It has to be between the base and emitter. And this IB is nothing but it is your AC biasing current. Your IB is nothing but an AC component of your biasing current. Understanding? So it means this R pi is talking about the AC resistance, because your VBE is also AC component, IB is also an AC component. So therefore this R pi is nothing but an AC resistance. Is nothing but an AC resistance. So in other words, if I just take this equation ahead in terms of where I had left it, because I was just defining this term R pi, where R pi is equals to VB by IB. Okay, then I can write now this term as R pi is equals to, just keep it aside. Okay, so now I can write this as R pi is equals to the term beta divided by GM. Beta divided by GM. So what I've done here, so from this expression, I'm just writing this as, so for your reference, okay, the same equation I'm writing here, because without this reference we'll get again questions in the mind how sir is able to write it. Okay, so if you want this, I'll just write this equation once again here. So my expression over here is IB is equals to GM divided by beta into VBE, right? Into VBE. So from this expression, what I'm doing now, I'm just writing it for a ratio of VB by IB. So it means I take this IB on this side. If I take IB on this side, this becomes VBE divided by IB. I'll take beta to numerator divided by GM. This VB by IB is nothing but my R pi. The same thing I'm writing here. R pi is equals to beta by GM. I'm able to write this term R pi is equals to beta by GM. Now, in turn, what I'm going to do over here is, now I know that this beta can be written as, this beta can be written as, or if at all, if you want to replace this term, that is R pi is equals to beta by GM, how best I can substitute this beta? Please answer it in the group chat. Yes, how best you can write it for your beta? Yes, do answer it. Yes, I want answers from all the students. I would like to know your response. Yes, only one student. Beta can be written as IC by IB. Okay, then yes. However, we are able to get an equation. We are able to get an equation wherein we are getting an equation for a resistance between the base and emitter denoted by R pi is equals to beta divided by Gm. So this is one of the equation that you people have to remember when you're solving the numericals. Beta divided by Gm. But if at all if I want to define it in terms of the alternative form, if I want to define it in terms of the alternative form, then how I can define this? Because I should know the other form of that as well. I should know the other form of that as well. So what I will do over here is, so instead of going something round and round, defining beta in terms of IC by IB and again using that equation back. So if I substitute for GM, wherein I know what is my GM. If I just substitute for my GM, what is that I will be getting? My R pi will be equal to, so I can substitute for my GM as IC by VT, beta divided by IC by VT. So it is A divided by B by C. So this term will go to the numerator. So I'll be able to get this as R pi is equals to VT, right? This goes to the top, VT, okay, beta by IC, beta by IC. Now, how can you write this term? This is something simple than compared to what I was asking you people to substitute for beta. What is beta by IC? What is beta by IC? Come on guys, we have worked for almost 7-8 hours on fundamentals. IB, very good. So this is indicating an IB. Beta by IC is nothing but IB. So I can write my R pi is equals to VT divided by IB. So this is an alias form. So either you can substitute over here for value of beta, or you can directly substitute the value of GM. Okay. So now since as I'll be having this, so however, I know that beta by IC is nothing but 1 by IB. So I'll be able to replace this beta by IC. I'm just replacing by this ratio only. So IB will come in denominator, not a problem. Okay. So this is an alias representation for R pi. So wherein R pi is called as the resistance which is seen between the base and emitter. So it's also called by other name called as diffusion resistance. It's also called as a diffusion resistance. Understanding? Is it clear to you? Okay. So this is what we wanted to interact about this term, that is R pi, nothing but the resistance which is seen between the base and emitter. So these all equations, you people should know it. So whenever we go for a modeling, so at that time also it is going to help you, and this also helps you in order to solve numericals on this topic. Okay. Now what is that you people need to understand over here? So if you just work on this particular equation or this model or this version of R pi, what is your inference from this equation? What's your inference from this equation? Yes, what's your inference from this equation? If you just work on this equation, wherein if I just go back to its previous form, that is R pi, very good, Sneha. This R pi is equals to beta into Vt divided by IC. This indicates that the resistance between the base and emitter is directly proportional to your beta, and inversely as collector current. Now you know your IC will be high. Since your IC will be high, what will be the value between base and emitter? The value between base and emitter will be less. So this is what the inference that you people have to take it from this equation. You have to take the inference from this equation. Understanding? Is it clear to you? Okay. Any doubts about this topic?